Hey guys, so today I'm going to be teaching you how to defend on everyone's favorite map, Breeze. Yay! We all love Breeze so much. It's a great map, right? Wrong. Alright. Well, anyways, I'm going to try to show you guys how to play this map because, as we know, it's not really everyone's favorite. But with that being said, you can get good at playing it. It just takes, it's trial and error just like any other map. You just have to be willing to make mistakes on it. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and start. I'm going to start up closer just because, as a duelist, we kind of want to play closer generally. So, what we can do here, there's a few things we can do. A lot of people like fighting back, but we'll get there in a second. So, one thing we can do is play close like this. So this spot is, there's pros and cons of it. Like, also there's this spot over here now, which is new. I would highly suggest playing this one as well. Sometimes you just have to be careful of mid, but this spot is good because people don't clear this since it's new. Basically, they reworked the map and they added this big chunk of wall, and now this corner is much harder to see. You have to come out all the way to like here to see, and people don't usually clear this. People are more interested in clearing over here and like backside. So this spot is definitely good. Also, this spot is fine as well. Basically, what you want to do is ask a teammate to shoot the drone. If there's no teammate to shoot the drone or the teammate isn't shooting it, you just smoke, slowly walk into it here. You can smoke again if you want, or you can just take the fight like this and dash out. Don't dash into them. But again, this play is good because it helps you lock down sight more. They can't really get to sight without coming through you. But with that being said, if you die without killing anyone, then that's gonna obviously be pretty bad. So if you try this a couple times, it doesn't work, probably just you're gonna want to play back. Again, this spot's good if you're playing Jett or someone that can get on high ground. This spot here is always good because Viper roll basically comes up. Sometimes it hits you on this box, but usually you can play around it, and this can get you a free kill. Just dash back. There's pretty much no way that you die unless you're just slow or yeah, something like that. So also, where else we can play is come back sight here. We could just hold like this. A lot of people like to take fights here. It's just simply taps, and then here we can just kind of hold over here. I'm playing Jett because so I can play these angles that are like more in the middle of nowhere because I can just dash out or smoke. Also, we can hide in this corner and kind of play like this. They kind of did nerf this though. There used to be like a box here. Now this can't be spammed, really. It can kind of be spammed, but generally you just kind of don't really want to play here. It kind of gets you stuck. But we can peek from either side here. Mainly just don't over peek, and if you're getting droned, try not to get tagged because that's going to be pretty bad. Because they're going to know exactly where you are. Otherwise, we can fight over here. You don't need to jump on the railing, but we can. So like this, you can also come up here. Of course, you're probably going to be walled off, but you can spam through here. You can also sit here. You can watch your mid. Defending mid's always good. Before we get to mid, though, I want to show you guys some more spots on A. So if you want to play even farther back, if you're like opping or using a vandal, and say they're just hard pushing and you don't want to play close because you're just going to get, you're going to get steamrolled. Sitting back here is a really good alternative. This is a really good, like, sort of head glitch spot. And you can catch people coming out of A main here. Another new spot, since they added this yellow crate, just like from Icebox. Come over to the left side here, and basically just wait for them to come out, and people are never going to be looking at you here, even in, like, Immortal. So if you guys don't use the spot, I would suggest using it. Also, you can get up on these titties here if you guys really want, but again, this is going to be, like, Jett specific. So other than that, we can, of course, sit back here. That's even farther back, but I'm going to go ahead and go to mid doors. What I like to do in mid doors is, I'll talk about fast flanking real quick. So if you start right here in this spot and there's no one, and then you walk up, you don't see anyone, you can literally just come in a flank. But don't do that unless their sentinel, they don't have a sentinel, or their sentinel is not putting traps in good places. So if we want to peek from mid doors, we can just kind of come out here, and we can either just hold like this and wait. But what I usually do is just kind of like slowly kind of like peek out, see if there's anyone. We do have to be careful of elbow, but at the start of the round, you're pretty safe. And you can also just walk down mid here. Again, this is on defense. We can do a defensive flank, quick flank. So depending on where they're showing, if they're showing on B or on A, we can just fast flank. Again, it depends if they have a sentinel or not. We can also just play pushed up mid here and wait for them. But yeah, so that's what we like. That's how I like to play mid doors. You can also sit right here and kind of wait for them. But now we're pretty much done with A site. A site's very important, so I would suggest you guys try to learn how to play these spots that I'm showing you, because it's gonna, if you can learn to swap up from each one of these spots, go from like close to back here to here, to peeking mid, stuff like that, as duelist, you're going to be doing really well. So another play we could do is just start at doors here and just kind of hold and wait, check the other side, and I just kind of walk up passively. If one peeks me, obviously I'm going to try to kill them, and if I do see one and I kill them, or if I even don't kill them, I'm going to probably run back, or I'm just going to try to fight them and then run away, because if I kill one, then obviously this whole plan of flanking isn't going to work. So that's the goal here, is trying to flank, because I want to walk up. If no one's seeing me, then I feel pretty comfortable that I'm going to make it here without being noticed. And again, this is really good for just a quick flank A. This is really good in scenarios where your team is just getting rolled over A site, and like it's happened multiple rounds in a row, and this does happen pretty often on this map. So yeah, I'm also going to go ahead, you can play right here. I'm going to go ahead and just keep going to the right of the map, like this. So now, basically what we can do is hold right here. The one downside of this spot is we also want to hold right here, because people can come up from elbow. Honestly, people kind of rarely come up from elbow, but it does happen like some percentage of the time. It's more likely for people to peek from down here. People really don't like mid on this map though. You can also come over to the right side here and just hold like this, and then just every so often peek right here. But the downside of this is that they can just come up elbow and flank whoever's playing B on your team. So that is kind of a downside. I don't usually like playing here unless I'm like using a marshal or an op, but yeah. So next we have the tunnel start. So this is really good. This is honestly, I would consider this a better way to defend mid, because you're just a little bit closer and it's a little easier to win your gunfights. So we're just gonna come up here. I usually look here, but then also I like to peek elbow. If I don't see it on elbow, I like to clear all of this, maybe even clear the box. And if there's no one, then I will come back to mid, slowly clear this, and then from here we can do a few things. We can either push through mid here, or we can just rotate to A, or we can push elbow and see if there's anyone B. Like, this all depends on a lot of things, obviously. Like, if your team sees people, if the enemy's making noise, if they're coming out to a site. Obviously, if they're coming out B site, you're probably going to want to flank elbow, or just come back tunnel and defend. If they're showing A, the best thing to do is probably just run through doors and try to help defend site. But, yeah. So now we're going to go talk about defending B. So defending B, they reworked the map. Let's go ahead and look at the changes. They added this nice wall here, so it's a little easier for attackers to actually get into site. This is why people pretty much exclusively went A always in solo queue. And now I feel like people are more willing to go B. It's a little more acceptable. Still, Viper is really annoying to go through here, but I don't know. It's still manageable. But yeah, they also added this wall. I don't know if they added, I can't remember. I think there was a wall, but now they added this box here. So, and there's also this little box here that's not spammable. All of this is spammable though, so just keep that in mind when you're sitting there. But you can't sit here on whenever you get the spike down on attack. Also on defense, you can come up here. If you're a duelist, this is okay to do. If you're gonna hold here, hold here. I'm gonna go and show you guys the closer spots though. My two favorite spots to play on B. One of them is right here, and just basically kind of waiting for them. This is kind of like when you come up in middle of ascent and you have to clear one of two areas. So you have to be aware of all of this stuff whenever you're attacking, right? And you kind of have to just clear one of these angles, and which one you choose is kind of, up to you. But most people are gonna clear right here first, because that's kind of common. So yeah, we're gonna sit like this. We do have to be aware of mid, of course. Always you have to. But if you're playing Jett, this is my second favorite spot, or my favorite spot, honestly. You can just kind of hold like this, or you can hold a bit tighter like this, and you always have smokes dash to work with, and you're kind of just out. So yeah, other than that, we can sit like this and do something like this. Usually I would just kind of sit here and wait for them and kind of just hold like this, because I mean, you see where you're positioned, they can't really get out to sight. See, I have all of this area locked down here. They can be here without me seeing, but they can't get to sight and plant without me seeing. But I do have to be, again, careful of mid. So also very good to just play from back pillar, just kind of peek window from here, again up here also. You can also up all the way up here. This guy looks weird. Then we can also peek from over here. This is box now, so it's a little bit harder to, but we can still peek here. Right side window and here. And other than that, if you want to play really passive, it's okay still to play back here. But again, there's this wall now, so you can't really, you can't really kill the spike the spike planner as reliably, because there's this wall blocking your vision, which is what you should take advantage of on attack on this map. And yeah, so you can also just play like around this corner. I didn't really say that, but this is kind of a given with this map. And then, you know, get out. Stuff like that. If you're Viper, you're probably gonna want to play back here, back pillar. And just play a little bit more passive through your orb. You can also play to the right side as well. Just trying to die early. But other than that, hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys have any other suggestions, let me know. But yeah, we'll see you guys. Also, you can come up here. I don't know if you can jump up here, but yeah, you can. Okay. But this is yeah, a little bit risky. But yeah, anyways, I'll see you guys in the next one. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you guys later.